Lecture 4. Writing your first select query. Today we finally get to make things happen inside a database specifically. We'll start reading data using the select statement. In this lecture you will learn how to use the select statement to pull data from a database table. We'll go over the structure of a basic query, practice selecting specific columns, and see how to narrow down results using conditions. This is the foundation of everything else you will do with SQL, so take your time and get comfortable with it. Objectives of the lecture. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to understand the syntax and structure of a select query, learn how to retrieve all columns or specific columns from a table, practice using the where clause to filter results, begin interpreting the output of SQL queries. The basic select statement. The select statement is the most commonly used command in SQL. It lets you retrieve data from one or more tables. Here's what the most basic version looks like. You can write in here as select and asterisk from. We have created a table called student, so we'll name it here, and semicolon, press enter. So it retrieved the data that we have already entered in a table named student. This means select all columns from the table named student. The asterisk is a wildcard that tells SQL to fetch everything. Let's break this down. Select is a keyword. This tells the system you want to get data. Asterisk, the symbol means everything, all columns. And from student, this tells SQL which table to get the data from. If you only want to see a few columns, you can be more specific. For example, you can write in here as select. We have 4 columns: ID, name, age, and major subject. So you can write in here as select ID, and you can run the statement by clicking in here. And here you can see it just retrieves the column of ID and it neglects all other columns. This query returns just the ID from the student table. Filtering with where. In real life, you usually don't want to see every row, just the ones that match a condition. That's where comes in. You can write a statement in here as select asterisk from student where name equals single quote and name Alex quotation close, and run the statement. So you just run the statement by clicking here, and here you can see it just retrieves the data where name is Alex from a table named student. So this is how you can use where in SQL. How SQL reads your query. It's helpful to know that SQL does not actually read your query in the same order you write it. Internally, it starts from, then applies where, and then use select. But when writing queries, always follow the usual order. For example, select, then from, then where, as we have already used in here as select, from, and where. So this is how this syntax works in SQL. Also, SQL does not care about extra spaces or line breaks, but it is picky about spelling. So double check your table and column names. For example, if you just write in here as students instead of student and run the statement, then obviously it will give an error that there is no table named student, as we have a table named student, not students. So when you just run this table and run the statement, so it will retrieve the data in here. Viewing results. Once you run a query, you will see a table as output. Here you can see this is a table. The column headers match what you ask for, and each row is a record from your database. If you don't get the result you expected, check for typos or try running a broader query first. Start simple, then add filters step by step.